Hello and welcome back to more Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, where last time we got some more condescension from Luke and Layton about how much better they are than Phoenix. And we also went on a side quest with Maya and Luke to find a missing cat, which is probably the best part of the episode. And today, we're back to playing as Luke and Layton. They're gonna go talk to the storyteller. Let's see what happens.
Well, Professor, we've reached the library, and the place at which the storyteller is waiting for us is east of here, isn't it?
Indeed. According to the night, the audience room is past the guard posts.
I wonder what the creator of Labyrinthium wants to talk to you about, Professor.
It's too soon to assume anything, Luke, but whatever it might be, I have a few things that I would like to ask him too. We shall be thankful this opportunity has come so soon, even if it is part of some scheme.
Let's go, Professor, to the audience room.
A new destination has been added to the map, guarded gates. Okay, can we just go? We cannot go straight over here, so let's move our way to the guarded gates. And see what wonderful adventures await us over here. Hello, friends. Can you let us through? Aren't you Professor Layton? The Hatter? Well, I'm not a hatter, although I certainly am Professor Layton. I have been told that my presence is requested in the audience room. I've definitely heard something about that, but it's beyond me why. With all due respect, why would the storyteller invite mere commoners to the audience room?
Aren't people normally allowed to visit?
Of course not. Both the audience room and the tower in which he resides are areas of strict surveillance. One does not simply visit the storyteller.
Did you say tower?
The storyteller's tower, naturally. Don't tell me you've never heard of it. He only comes out of his tower to appear before the people in his parades. The audience room is where the storyteller comes whenever there is a parade. We, the Order of Knights, provide his protection from this guard post. We feel honored by his presence, even if he doesn't speak to us. Oh, I see. Then it would seem we are extremely privileged to have been invited here. Don't let it get to your head. Wait here while I open the gate. Okay.
Come to think of it, during the parade, the storyteller did seem to be held in high esteem by all the townsfolk.
Indeed, Luke. After all, he is the author of this town's story, so he is effectively like some kind of god.
Like a god?
No! Something isn't happening! Was the gate stuck shut?
It's that night. He's come back this way and he doesn't look too happy.
This is bad. Really bad. What am I gonna do? What's the matter? Well, actually, Dark Hat, the gate went up. Oh, wow, that was a joke, but okay. It's broken and I can't fix it.
So what happens now?
I wish I knew. What am I to do? We need to do something. Can't keep the storyteller waiting. If we do, there goes my career as a knight. Unless, aren't you two meant to be good at finding people? Finding people? I wouldn't say we're particularly good. Don't say that. I need your help here. There was one knight who was able to fix the gates, but he's busy training with the other knights. I'd like to call him back here without disturbing the others, but in armor they all look the same. The only way to identify him is to look for his knight with an unusually shaped sword. Unusually shaped sword? How interesting.
Professor, doesn't that mean...
Indeed, my boy. It means that we can tackle this the way we would a puzzle. So, will you find him? Okay, I'll see what I can do. I mean, if you know what his sword looks like, then you should just be able to find him. Okay. Puzzle 32, not standard issue. It's lunchtime and the knights are all eager to eat their share. They have all stabbed their swords into the... They use their swords to... Okay. Into the massive pile of meat at the same time. One of the swords is not standard knight issue and has an oddly curved blade. Examine the blades and find the owner of strange sword. Okay. So one of... Okay, this is... Wow, this is certainly a premise for a story. A puzzle, okay. Well, I don't even really have to eyeball this. Sorry, I don't even have to take a close look at that. I can just eyeball it. These are all straightened out, except for this one right here. Because if I follow this line forward, it doesn't perfectly line up. It's slightly off. Like if you just trace the left line, like you can see me approaching it. It doesn't line up properly. So it's got to be this one. Yes.
Allow me to show you my puzzle-solving skills.
I wouldn't call that puzzle-solving skills. I'd call that you have eyes. Congratulations.
No less from a gentleman.
Congratulations, Layton. You have eyes. Don't feel too proud of yourself. And just that is enough to open the door. Only one knight knows how to open the door, and it's not the one guarding the gate. Okay. Thank you, Sir Hatter. I've been able to have it repaired immediately. I'm glad you were able to fix it.
A puzzle like that is a piece of cake for the professor.
I suspected all along. You're certainly an ordinary gentleman. Oh, no, he's not. Sir Hatter Professor Layton shall henceforth be allowed to pass through this gate freely. Thank you, kind sir. Please make your way to the storyteller as swiftly as possible. Great. Okay, let's go to the knight's garrison, which is over here. Okay. Then let's head through the gate and search the knight's garrison. Oh yeah, we also left off on a cliffhanger last time because the Phoenix and Maya were about to get information out of Espella as to what her secret is, and then the game cut away to Layton, so... we're just waiting to go back there, because that's what I care about.
Wow, no matter where I look, there are knights everywhere.
Yes, indeed. The knights have a guard post on this side of the gate. Given the grandness of the skill, I imagine they are living here too.
But I wouldn't know exactly where around here we're supposed to meet the storyteller. That knight said to go to the audience room, wherever that is. With a nameless grand as audience room, you'd think it'd be easy to notice.
Luke, can you see the long flight of stairs over there? I think we should go and take a look.
A flight of stairs? Ah, I see it. There's also a building over there. Looks rather stately. Do you think that's where the audience room is?
Well, shouldn't the knight have led us to where we have to go?
Indeed, my boy. However, there seems to be something going on over there. And from the looks of things, I don't think we'll be able to just ignore it and stroll right by. At any rate, let's go and take a look.
Resolve the argument? Is this the argument we have to resolve? It probably is.
How many times do I gotta tell you? I ain't this suspicious guy you're after. And you expect us to just believe you because you say so? You can save us all time trouble here. Just admit your guilt and be done with it. You gotta be kidding me. This is a false accusation. Come on, why won't you listen to me? I know my face might look a little scary, sure, but I'm telling you straight. My pals are always saying there's no one with a purer heart than good old Cutter. Oh, spare me. We're getting nowhere here. Hey, Knights. Yes, sir? Put this miserable wretch in a solitary confinement. What? Solitary confinement for him? What? Yes, sir, Captain. Oh, what are you doing? I'm innocent, I tell you. What?
You seem to have your hands full here. May I ask what happened?
Hey, if it isn't you two, do you mean to tell me you're the ones that the storyteller has summoned?
That's just alright. So you can't go chasing us around the way you did before.
Ugh, rats.
By the way, Captain, what has that man been accused of?
What has he done? He's guilty of carrying out a heinous crime of assault and theft.
Therefore, solitary confinement.
How many times do I gotta say it? It weren't me. It's a false accusation. I'm totally innocent.
Silence! Who else could have done it?
Could you tell me a little more about this?
Well, I had a feeling you'd want to know. Seemed like poking your nose into other people's business. A series of thefts have been occurring in this town, and at the same time, a suspicious figure has been sighted. Now I ask you, does this man not look suspicious to you? Clearly it has to be—
Oh, wow, that is some strong evidence there, my friend. You really got him.
You got it all wrong. I heard there was a thief in the area, so that's why I teamed up with them townsfolk to keep a lookout for a blighter. And that ain't all. I even found a way to make sure every dang corner of the town was being watched. We placed ourselves in positions where we didn't obstruct one of those line of sight. Catch my drift? The suspicious figure you guys mentioned, there ain't no way that was me. So you're saying that you watched every part of town while at the same time avoiding overlapping each other's search? That's impossible! You committed the crimes and not lying to cover yourself.
I wonder if you're perhaps mistaken. It might just be true. For example, if they position themselves like this.
Okay. Whoa, boy. Puzzle 33. Street Patrol. Okay. There are reports of a thief lurking around the town center. Also, I'm guessing we're gonna have to switch these around, so I'll just do that preemptively, because I think all the actors on the bottom screen here. The townsfolk are in charge of guard duty. The townsfolk are in charge of guard duty, because the knights are apparently so incompetent. There are two conditions to their stakeout. They have a perfect view of all the streets. Their viewing range never overlaps. With that in mind, do you think that you can place the townsfolk in their correct spot? Why would it be— okay, first off, why would it be a bad thing for their views to overlap? The more eyes— so long as you can see everything, it doesn't matter if your view range overlaps. But, okay. Sure. Turn red. Okay, so this is like the flower puzzle from Diabolical Box. I think it was Diabolical Box, the one we had that had the flowers where the aura didn't go a certain number of ways. Okay. Just simple glance, I'm guessing this guy down here is gonna go here somewhere. Because he is, if the eyeball on the left indicates like how good their vision is, then we need to put the guy with the widest vision in the area where there's the most amount of space to cover. So we'll put him down there. So how many spaces so you can cover 2 spaces in any direction, I'm guessing. So then you'd be good fit for right there. And I guess up there as well. And then we can fill in the gaps with how many can this guy cover? So 1 in every direction. Okay, so then we'll just drag another one up there, and then that finishes that off. Actually, this is— okay, wait, we can do this easily, because you're down there, and then the remaining 2 can we put up here to fill in the remaining spaces. Well, that was easy.
Let's see if I've proven myself. You should expect no less from a gentleman.
That was Insanely simple. Okay, wow. Really? You people couldn't figure that out? Also, so this dude's innocence is predicated on the concept of being able to watch all areas of town at all times? Okay. Cool.
I would never have guessed such a solution could exist. So, do you believe me now? I was telling the truth. The real culprit must still be on the loose, going around stealing stuff in broad daylight. Man, it looks like we got no choice. Let him go. We better head back to the crime scene and go over it again with a fine-tooth comb. Yes, Captain.
Well, so much for having no cases unsolved, huh?
But I'm glad we were able to sort out the misunderstanding.
I don't know who you two are, but you're a bit too sharp to be some regular townsfolk.
Not at all. We're nothing so special. Just a couple of regular English gentlemen.
English, eh? So what is that, your title? Well, whatever it may be, it's not normal to be summoned directly by the storyteller himself. It would appear you are indeed something special. The storyteller's in the audience room. I wouldn't keep him waiting if I were you. As for the audience room, it's in the building at the top of the stairs. We kind of assumed that much.
That building up there, just as we thought. Thank you.
Just mind your manners when in the presence of the storyteller, you hear me? If I hear any sign of trouble, you'll regret it.
We'll be on our best behavior, so please keep your hand off your sword. You're scaring me.
It just goes to show how highly the knights regard the storyteller. Now then, let's move on, Luke.
Right, let's go, Professor.
A new destination has been added to the map. Audience room entrance. Alright, then let's... Okay, we can't go up there with the arrow. We have to move using the map to go up to the audience room entrance. Let's go.
The storyteller should be in here, right? I'm starting to feel a little nervous. This area is totally deserted. All I can hear is the wind.
It looks as if not even the knights are allowed to come up here.
He really is treated almost like a god. I wonder what someone like that wants to talk to us about.
Probably keep your nose out of my business because you're gonna figure it all out. That'd be my guess as to why they'd want to talk to you.
Huh? Professor, the door won't open. Hello? Is anybody there? No reply.
It appears there is no keyhole. This is no ordinary lock mechanism.
Inviting someone to visit you only to lock them out, that's a bit rude.
Just a moment, Luke. If you look closely, you'll see there's a puzzle built in there. I believe this may be a test, Luke. A test to determine whether we qualify for an audience with a storyteller or not.
Shouldn't the fact that he invited you in the first place be enough to... Okay. Alright. Puzzle time. Puzzle 36. Decipher the door. Okay. Here's a panel of numbers. The numbers range between 1 and 6. Touching the buttons on the touchscreen will increase and decrease the numbers. Arrange the numbers to read 3, 3, 3, 3. Do you think you can do it in only 4 turns? Let's find out. Touch the panels on the touchscreen below to raise or lower the numbers. The numbers on the panel loop from 1 to 6, all it takes is a little calculation. Oh. Fun. Okay, so I need to switch this back then, because you don't need to see the buttons in great detail. Alright, so the top button increases, so... I'm guessing the amount of triangles indicates how many they'll be raised by. If we have to do this in 4 turns, then one of these buttons is never getting used. Which one would that be? Which one's the least beneficial to us? Well, we're definitely gonna need to use the bottom button. That's... At least I would... One would assume that we need to use the bottom button. So let's just start off with that one. So that gets us to 3, 5, 1... Oh, wow, that was... Oh, that helps us out a lot. That already got... Okay, that already got 2 of them in place. So now we just need... Now we need to do small movements to kind of wiggle our way closer. Actually, wait. So if we... Okay, I think I got it, because the second button from the top will alternate, so it takes 2 of them. It's already lined up to where we need to offset it so that the ones that we need to go up will be 2, and the ones that need to go down will be at 4. And the best way to do that will be if we hit the middle button, that'll get 3 down to 1, and it'll get the other 3 up to 5. Like that. So now we're at 1, 5, 1, 5. So now if we hit the second button, it gets us to 2, 4, 2, 4, and then if we press that a second time, it'll get us to 3, 3, 3, 3. Perfect. There we go.
I've already seen the answer.
That wasn't so bad.
You should expect no less from a gentleman.
That wasn't so bad. Okay.
We did it, Professor! That should open the door.
It would seem that we have proven ourselves worthy.
Labyrinthia's creator is waiting for us inside.
The creator of the... I wonder what he intends to say. Are you all right, Luke? I imagine you must be a little nervous.
Who, me? Well, to be honest, I suppose I am. Just a little. But don't worry, Professor. I can do this. Let's go. Let's meet the storyteller.
Very well. Muster your courage. We're going in.
Right you are, Professor.
And thus the guests finally made their appearance. I bid you welcome to Labyrinthia, the town governed by stories. I've been waiting for you, Professor Layton.
I believe I should say, it is an honor, Mr. Storyteller.
You're the creator of Labyrinthia.
Shouldn't there be knights in here to protect him? Because if they still suspect Layton, shouldn't there just in case to protect, you know, the leader of their... Okay, no, I guess not.
But why did you call the professor here?
I have summoned you so that I may ask you why you are here.
I beg your pardon?
What are you talking about?
In writing the story, I provide everything, and in turn, take everything away. I give each person a story, and weave the intertwining webs of fate.
So basically, every death in the world is this guy's fault.
However, it would appear that interlopers have found their way into the story. The two of you.
You mean to say that my presence here was not written in your story?
Precisely. And so I must ask you, exactly how did you find your way into this world?
In truth, we found ourselves here somewhat inadvertently. We were brought here by a book called the Historia Labyrinthia. I am led to believe it was you who wrote that book. Surely you cannot deny it.
It would appear I have found it.
Corruption?
In other words, you consider our presence to be a hindrance to your story. Is that correct?
Not only you. There was another man who tried to change the course of my story.
Ah,
You mean Carmina Accidenti?
Carmine. So, there is a connection between him and the two of you after...
Oops.
Your presence here is, shall I say, a slight inconvenience. The story of Labyrinthia is about to take a turn towards its grand finale.
grand finale?
Indeed, a conclusion that requires a climax of epic proportions. The identity of the great witch Espella is made public. She is tried in the court and finally destroyed. At last, peace will be restored to the town.
The identity of the Great Witch? Do you mean...
Interestingly, I am not mad at all that we switched scenes here, because this is what I care about. I care about Phoenix and Maya defending Espella against the charge of being a witch. I don't give one singular crap about what Layton and Luke are doing over in Crazyville.
It's true the townsfolk look at me in a different way, and the reason for that is because... I am...
So... Okay. I did not have that one on my bingo card. I'll be honest about that one. That was not that wasn't on the bingo card. Okay, so we're dealing with nepotism here, or at least suspected nepotism of people like, oh, so she's the storyteller's daughter, huh? Well, doesn't she get special treatment?
You're what? Espella!
You're the storyteller's daughter? I didn't see that coming.
When I first came down into the town, everyone was friendly. Perhaps they thought that if they got to know me, things would go well for them. That was the impression I had. That sounds like the kind of thing people would probably do, but obviously not me. I wouldn't do anything like that.
No one's accusing you of anything, Maya.
But unfortunately, things didn't work out the way people had hoped they would. Well, people should realize that good things don't come easy.
Unless you're Professor Layton.
Then one day someone just happened to bump into me in the town, and I was knocked over. Later that night, that same person was attacked by a witch and killed by her magic. I don't know whether it was just a coincidence or not, but after that, everyone's attitude toward me changed. They started saying things like, it's best to keep away from her or you'll have a bad story written about you. All because I'm the storyteller's daughter. What's the storyteller thinking?
What do you mean?
Well, he has his daughter stuck in a place like this, and if he didn't write such a bad story, she wouldn't have to suffer like this.
You have a good point there, Maya. Anyway, the investigation has only just begun. Espella, if you're okay with you, I'd like to ask you a few more questions.
Of course, I'd like to help in any way I can.
I've got to get as much information as I can. I should ask Espella about the storyteller. This might be difficult for you to answer, but why are you not living with a storyteller? I mean, with your father.
I did live with him before. We lived together on the edge of the town in the storyteller's tower.
The storyteller's tower.
When I was little, he was very kind and always listened to what I had to say. But then, at some point or other, he started to become distant. If you think about it, I guess it's only natural, because he had to write the story for every single person in the town. Espella! As he became busier and busier, I was left alone in the tower, and that's the reason. I decided to leave home with Eve and live in that town. I stayed with Aunt Patty and helped out at the bakery. Now you two are at the shop too, but my dad...
What's the deal with the storyteller? I can't believe he'd write a story where his own daughter was the Great Witch Espella. Yeah, that seems a little strange.
Maybe the professor will...
Okay, well no, obviously she's not the Great Witch Espella. I mean a story in which she would have to go through all this. That's... Like, I've said from the beginning that the whole he writes this everyone's story thing is bullshit. Like, there's obviously something else. I don't know what... I mean, in a Professor Layton game, anything goes, and I'm nervous about the, like, combining Ace Attorney's logical deductions with trying to dismantle the insanity of Professor Layton plots. I don't know how the hell they're gonna reconcile all this, but... I guess we'll just have to find out. I should ask Espella about Patty Eclair. And what about Patty? Does she know anything about your past? Have you ever told her that you're the storyteller's daughter?
Yes, she knows. When the other people in town started avoiding me, Aunt Patty was the only one who stood by me the whole time. Yeah, Patty's always looking out for you. There's so much I have to thank her for. It's been 5 years since I left my dad and started living with Aunt Patty. She's always been so kind. She's been like a mother to me.
Now that you mention it, what about your real mother, Espella?
Actually, I can't remember anything about her. According to my dad, she died in an accident when I was still young.
Is it gonna be Darklaw? It's gonna be Darklaw.
And that's really all I know. He didn't tell me any more than that.
It's gonna be Darklaw.
I see!
It's absolutely, positively gonna be Darklaw. I should ask Espella about the Great Witch Espella. Espella, we believe in you. There's no way you can be the Great Witch Espella.
That's right! That's why we'll find the real Great Witch! The real Great Witch? But the Great Witch is only a character of legend. How could you possibly find her?
Well, admittedly, at the moment, we have no real leads.
Actually, to be honest, we know next to nothing about Labyrinthia. We're supposed to have been living with you for 5 years now, but that memory turned out to be completely phony.
Do you have any ideas at all, Espella? Anything that could give us a clue? I guess it's a lot to ask.
All magic-related incidents are thoroughly investigated by the Knights of the Inquisition, and if there were any clues as to the whereabouts of the Great Witch, then I believe they would have found them.
I guess you're right.
As far as I know, there's not a single incident that has remained unsolved by the Inquisitors. Wait a minute, that's not right!
What is it, Maya?
The part about there being no unsolved incidents left. What? Last night, me and Luke ran into High Inquisitor Darklaw.
Wait, what? You saw High Inquisitor Darklaw?
Yep, she said she was investigating with some kind of incident with magic. She said it took place 3 months ago, I think. Apparently, it's the only incident that's remained unsolved,
which is a blatant lie, but alright. Excuse me. An unsolved incident.
Oh, now that you mention it, I remember hearing rumors about such a case.
The only magic incident in Labyrinthia to remain unsolved, huh? Spell about the incident. About that incident, can you tell us about it in more detail? Oh. Are we getting too close to the truth? Oh no, we got too close to the truth.
No way, we just got to the good part! Mr. Wright, Maya, I really don't know much about that incident, but perhaps you could try asking Inquisitor about it.
Okay, Espella, thanks for the help.
Alright, we'll see you again soon! Keep your spirits up, Espella! Thank you. Take care, both of you. Mr. Wright, Maya, they're both doing so much for me. I wonder if there's anything I could do for both of them in return. The Great Witch Espella, until now I haven't given it much thought. The Great Witch, the legendary fire, flames, inferno. I've been possessed. Oh my! What is this? My head hurts.
No! What
was that? That inferno. Were these things my memories?
This town's one and only unsolved incident of magic.
I'm sure she said something about an alchemist who lost her life to a witch.
An alchemist was attacked? It sounds like a serious case. You got that from the High Inquisitor Darklaw, right?
That's right. When I was searching for Eve last night, I meant to tell you about it, but it totally slipped my mind.
The only unsolved incident, huh? You keep saying this, but that's very, very clearly a law, because you still don't know who the Great Witch is, so clearly there's more than one unsolved incident. Like, seriously. This might just be the lead that will take us to the Great Witch.
Okay, let's get to investigating. We can do this thing!
Yeah, so, I guess first we should check out the Inquisitor's Hall, right? We might just learn something there.
Sure, let's get going!
On the other hand, we may just learn how unwelcome we are there.
Hey, come on, Nick! Enough with that wishy-washy attitude!
I didn't even say anything! Okay, well, the Inquisitor's Hall is over this way. I thought it was this way, but I guess we have to use the move function instead of just being able to click on the arrow. Okay, well, let's head through here and return to the Inquisitor's Hall. Oh, great. The dog back for round 2. Well, wait a minute. That aggressive bark. Please tell me that isn't. Back at it again.
Aha! It's Constantine. He looks happy to see us.
Wish I could say the feeling was mutual. Once bitten, twice shy. That pretty much sums me up right now.
Really? I don't know. I think he's looking much friendlier today, if you ask me. See? Come on, Nick. Pet him just once.
Excuse me. Yeah, because that went so well last time. Ah! This mutt really, really hates me. He probably only played Apollo Justice. Like, that's the only Ace Attorney game he played, and therefore he hates you.
Well, well, if it isn't Sir Blue Knight. Exactly what are you doing over there on all fours? Oh! Inquisitor Barnum, glad to see you again. Actually, there's something we'd like to ask you about. Come on, Nick, stand up already.
Oh, I'd like to meet that mutt's owner face to face.
How foolish. Constantine happens to be mine, and a true knight's companion he is. He needn't waste time sinking his teeth into the likes of you.
I had a hunch. So Constantine really is your dog, huh? Gotta admire the nerve of this guy. He just sits back and lets his dog bite people. I mean, me.
Never mind that. What is it that we want to talk about? Just make it quick, Sir Blue Knight.
So, you Inquisitors are the ones who investigate instances of magic in this town, aren't you?
Yes, of course. If you don't mind, we'd like to ask you about that unsolved incident with magic. There's one thing you must never forget. The Knights of the Inquisition excel at their work.
Right.
All instances of magic perpetrated by the witches are dealt with by the Inquisitors, without exception. Spoken with that usual calm and collected air of confidence. That's interesting. You see, we are different. Apparently, there's one particular incident that still remains unsolved. Something about an alchemist being murdered? Ring any bells? What? Who did you get that information from?
Well, High Inquisitor Darklaw.
Well, why the blazes didn't you say so? You could have saved us some time.
Huh? How is it my fault?
The High Inquisitor has put me on the spot by leaking such information to the likes of you. Well, I suppose that leaves nothing for it. I shall tell you the whole story since I do not believe in doing things by halves.
Please, go ahead. We're all ears.
It was 3 months ago that an alchemist living near the town square was murdered. Sorry, Inquisitor Barnum, but I kinda lost already. Is there a difference between alchemy and magic? When it comes to something that difficult, it will do no good asking me. Huh? It seems that while the townspeople have respected him, they also treated him with caution.
They respected him?
He used his skills to make medical concoctions and acted much like a physician. The efficacy of his cures was almost like magic. He was famous within his neighborhood. In fact, he was sometimes referred to as Dr. Belduc by the people. At any rate, it's safe to say that Sir Belduc was no witch. How can you say for sure? That's simple. Sir Belduc was a man.
Well, can't really argue with that.
Sir Belduc came to a mysterious end 3 months ago.
A mysterious end?
There were 2 things about his death that cannot be explained rationally. Firstly, the murder scene. His body was discovered in his residence in the study. His room was locked. There was no conceivable way the crime could have been committed except by witchcraft. Isn't that what people call a locked room mystery? A what?
Oh, it's nothing really. So what was the other mysterious thing?
Secondly, until then, all incidents involving witches have been foretold in the story.
Foretold in the story? In other words, predicted by the storyteller.
However, the murder of Sir Belduc did not appear in the story. Such a thing had never occurred before.
So not only was this the only unsolved incident in Labyrinthia's history, but it was also the only incident not to be predicted by the storyteller. This definitely sounds worth investigating.
You certainly are an interesting one, Sir Blue Knight.
Huh? You really think you can solve this incident alone when the Knights of the Inquisition have been working on it for 3 months? I mean, we kind of stomped your ass in court, so yes, I think we stand a better chance than you. I must say that is some confidence. We won't know unless we try. You may risk becoming the target of some terrifying witch's vengeance. I'm hoping that was a joke. Well, I suppose you may as well take a look. Who knows? You may even find something. Cinder Duke's residence is just beyond the town square. Well, then I guess we know where we're going next. Ask anyone around there. They'll soon point you in the right direction. Thank you, Inquisitor Barnum. Sir Blue Knight. I believe our courtroom battles are far from over. Until we meet again in court. I'll see you then, Inquisitor. I can't wait for it, and I really, really hope that when we do meet again, it'll be without Layton. Or at least with a heavily reduced amount of Layton. That'd be great. That'd be truly astounding. Are they eating popcorn? Look at that. I think they just did a Sonic the Hedgehog and they got sick of waiting for me, so they just decided to stop and eat some popcorn. That's actually really cool. Alright, well, I'll switch the screens back now, and then we'll head to the town square. I just thought that was a really nice little detail. It's like Sonic the Hedgehog when he taps his foot if you go AFK for a while. Well, we've reached the square, but I wonder where the alchemist's residence is. Hey, Nick, look over there! There's a street leading away from the square! Hey, you're right, let's go take a look. A new destination to add to the map, Alchemist's house. Okay, can we just go over there? I guess not. I guess we have to go down here. Alright, to the Alchemist's house we go. So this is Sir Belduke's residence. It definitely looks like an alchemist's house. I've never seen plants like these before. So what do we do now? Just because the owner's deceased, we can't exactly go barging in. But have you noticed how well kept his yard is? It looks like someone is still living here. Someone has definitely been doing the upkeep around here, that's for sure. Hey, who's that over there? Hello, friend. How goes it?
My sincere apologies. I'm afraid medicaments are no longer being provided here.
Huh?
Did you not come here for medicaments of some kind?
No, we did not come here for that. We're here to investigate the incident, the one involving Sir Belduke.
Forgive me if I'm mistaken, but you do not look like members of the Knights of the Inquisition.
I'm Phoenix Wright, attorney at law. And you? I'm guessing you live here?
Indeed. My name is Jean Grayerl. I was butler to the late Master Belduke. Wow, a butler! This must be my first time meeting a real one.
Alright, game. You get some points for that one. A real butler. Alright, solid amount of points there for that one, game. Well, Mr. Grail, if you don't mind, I've been told that the incident involving your master was shrouded in mystery. Has it got something to do with the Great Witch Espella? We're trying to investigate that at the moment.
The Great Witch Espella? Am I right in supposing that you are defending Espella Cantabella?
Well, actually, yes, we are. So you know Espella, do you?
That goes without saying. Everyone around here knows her. Do you think you can help us? We're here looking for leads. While he was alive, the Master taught me the value of investigating the truth that governs the natural world. If you too are investigating the truth, then it'd be against his teachings for me not to cooperate with you. Would you would like to come in? We can discuss the matter further inside.
That'd be great. Thank you, Mr. Grail.
Whoa, swinging like a true butler. He's a pretty cool guy, isn't he, Nick?
I'd suppose so. What is this room?
This is the room the Master Belduke kindly provided as my accommodation.
So, is this the room where the incident took place?
That would be the Master's study. It is the room right next door. However, the state of the room has been carefully preserved since the incident 3 months ago. As such, entry into the room is not currently permitted. Really? Bummer!
Is that by order of the Knights of the Inquisition by any chance?
Yes, and as I have lived with Master since an early age, they also decided it would be only fitting for me to stay on and keep the place in order. So you've been looking after the place ever since Sir Belduke passed away? Yes, that's, correct. Now then, is there anything further you wish to discuss?
Well, I'm assuming so, since our quest is talk to Grail. Or Grail.
As I mentioned a moment ago, I know very little about this matter. As a matter of fact, it might be better to ask the Inquisitors.
Yeah, we tried that already, then they redirected me to you. Before the incident?
Yes, it was 3 months ago, around the time the Master Belduke was murdered.
We were on our way back from collecting specimens for research, and it was already into the small hours of the morning. There was a thunderstorm on the way, and as the storm drew nearer, we quickly made our way home. Anyone would have been surprised at what we saw. But Master Belduke, well, how can I put this? He reacted in a most peculiar way. Unlike others who saw it, he seemed unsettled, as if he was truly afraid of something. After that bell tower appeared, he changed completely. Master Belduke became a different man.
Wait a second, did you just say a bell tower appeared?
Hey, that explains it. That must be what High Inquisitor Darklord meant when she mentioned an incident involving the bell tower. To this day, I do not know what the Master was so afraid of.
You think it was connected in some way to his death?
I think it must have been magic. I mean, for a bell tower to disappear like that.
Mr. Grail, do you mind if we have a look around? I know that the Inquisitors have already carried out a full investigation, but there just might be a clue or two with some kind of connection to the Great Witch.
Well, I suppose. Providing I am allowed to accompany you, of course. There is sensitive equipment everywhere, and it is my responsibility to take care of it.
I understand, we'll be careful. Okay.
I wonder how the Professor and Luca...
I don't care at all. Yeah, I've been wondering about that too. A chance to meet Labyrinthia's creator. Let's just hope they don't upset the guy and have some terrible plot twist written about them. I don't...
But that only happened if it was you that visited the storyteller, Nick. The Professor would never let anything like that happen.
Oh my god. The Professor... Yes, I get it. Phoenix is shit and the Professor Layton is amazing. I get it. Thanks, game. You don't have to constantly remind me of that. Jesus.
We had to do our best too, Nick. Let's keep up our side of the investigation.
What did I just say? Of this investigation. You got it, Maya. We're all in this together. Come on, let's see what we can find.
That's the spirit.
And so a new mystery has been added to the pile. No, I didn't. No. Great. Now we're back to Dumb and Dumber.
The Great Witch Espella will be tried in the court?
That will be Labyrinthia's final chapter. A fitting end for a town ruled by witches and their magic. Am I to believe that this final chapter has already begun? That is correct. There is no way you can possibly change its final outcome. I wonder about that. You see, I give my word to a young lady. I promise that without fail, I will be able to rescue her. If I'm not mistaken, the Great Witch trial will begin in 2 weeks' time, the same day on which you will hold your next parade. I believe that should give us sufficient time to show you what we can do. Such a smug countenance. I find it intolerable. I beg your pardon? 2 weeks from now, you say? I'm afraid that information is out of date, Professor Layton. Out of date? What do you mean? My parade will be held the day after tomorrow, according to the amended story, which I just wrote 3 seconds ago.
What? The day after tomorrow? But that's not fair!
Oh, boo-hoo, Luke. Yeah, well, guess what? That's what Phoenix might have to deal with all the time, except instead of a day after tomorrow, it's just tomorrow.
Now that's the kind of countenance I want from the characters in my story.
What?
That's what I do, didn't you know? I decide the fate of characters who have no knowledge of their future. It would appear that you are not yet fully aware of the gravity of the situation. Let me see now. Just for fun, I'll write you a little story. A story full of surprises and a few tears. I shall enjoy seeing the emotions of the characters as they play their parts.
A story for us?
Stories are a picture of this town. You'd be wise to embrace them. Let's see. I think we need a stimulating incident. We should have a witch, some witchcraft, and perhaps a little death. Death? You can't. Oh, but I can. Let me see. This is a golden opportunity to use the alchemist's residence. How about this? Your comrade meets with death by golden curse in the alchemist's residence. This could be a truly interesting story.
No way!
Feel free to act as you wish when playing your role in the story.
How can you?
The beginning of a new tragedy or farce. The victim of a golden curse lies in the dwelling of a user of false alchemy. A man from afar falls to a golden curse, and a woman from afar cries out in grief. The woman is captured, her dark trial begins. The fiery pit will cleanse all her sins. Okay.
A man from
Yes, thanks.
This must be referring to Maya and Mr. Wright.
If we don't do something, Mr. Wright and Miss Faye will be in danger. There's no time to lose, Luke. Let's go and find them.
Right you are, Professor.
The story has already been written, and no matter what you do, you will not change the result. I do not agree.
What we do next can change the future in any number of ways. I'm sure that's what you want to believe. In fact, naive outbursts like that could be a poignant plot point. Please be my guest. Your words may help to raise the tension. You monster! Nuke! Now is not the time. We need to help Mr. Wright and Maya. Because they are incompetent and can't do anything for themselves.
Okay, let's go, Professor. Better hurry.
A friend's death added to items. Oh, fun. My favorite item.
Professor, do you hear a flapping sound coming this way?
The sound of a large bird, perhaps. Oh. Hello.
Ah, that's the owl that we saw in the audience room.
It's holding a letter in its mouth, not to mention watching us intently.
Perhaps he wants to tell us something. I'll just talk to him and see what he wants.
Or you could just take the letter in his mouth and, you know, read the letter. I think you might be able to solve your problem if you read the letter.
I've got it, Professor. It says the letter was delivered to the storyteller 3 months ago.
To the storyteller? If that's so, then we can't very well keep it. After all, it's wrong to read letters addressed to someone else.
Also, there's absolutely nothing written on the sheets of parchment inside the envelope. Look, Professor, see, they're totally blank.
A letter with nothing written on it. That isn't even most curious.
And another thing, Professor, the owl says the letter was sent by the alchemist.
What's that, my boy? Written by the alchemist? Do you remember what the storyteller wrote in that story he penned a moment ago? A victim of a golden curse lies in the building of a user of false alchemy. Which probably means the place in which the incident will occur.
It's the home of the one who sent this letter. In other words, at the alchemist's house, right, Professor?
It appears the address of the sender, Cerebral Duke, is written on the envelope. Which means we had better make our way there immediately.
Thanks, Mr. Hoot.
I don't know why the owl cares, but okay. Blank letter added to items. The address on the envelope is somewhere near the town square.
That's a little far from me, Professor. We might not make it in time. I think we better run.
Look, my boy, we have the need to rent a steed.
I think you're right, Professor. That'd be far quicker than running.
Oh, great. Now they're master... Great. Now they're master horse riders. Quick, Luke, there's no time to lose.
Hey, easy, boy. This horse is certainly spirited.
Forgetful 45 is rides horses for fun. That she has a horse that she trains and she rides and she competes in competitions. So I can tell you personally that you cannot just jump on a goddamn horse and suddenly be a master of horse riding. That's not how that works. But because it's Professor Layton, he just does everything.
Say, Nick, have you noticed that the color of that wall is different from all the other walls in the room?
I think I'm investigating enough crime scenes by now to know something as obvious as that, Maya.
I first admit it, but actually there was a small fire here a while ago. It was my fault. The wall ended up a little bit singed in the process.
Now that you mention it, there are some signs of a fire on the floor here, too.
Yes, that's correct. And anyway, I decided to paint the wall myself.
Looks like Mr. Gray Earl is way handier with his herbs than with a paintbrush.
I lit a candle set fire to some dry straw, and in all my time as a butler, I never made such a major blunder.
Nah, it's not that bad. You're being a little hard on yourself.
That's right, it's not so bad. You think that's bad? You see Nick tried to do the laundry, now that's a major blunder.
Okay, that was one time. Anyways.
Let's go check out Mr. Belduke's study.
While we're here, could you show us around your room a little, Mr. Gray Earl?
Of course, if it will bring you any closer to finding the truth, be my guest. However, as the Knights of the Inquisition have ordered that the crime scene be left undisturbed, I must ask that you refrain from touching anything while you are in the study.
Sure, we'll be careful. Alright, let's go to the study. And hopefully, Luke and Layton will, I don't know, like, hopefully the horses will take control and just take them somewhere completely different. Because you can't, that's not,
Hey, look, Nick! There on the floor, it's one of those whatchamacallits, you know, a crop circle.
That's an alchemist circle, Maya. We're not on the wheat field.
I'm sorry to repeat myself, but please be sure not to touch anything.
You heard of Maya, it means keep your hands to yourself.
No problem, I'll just do the touching with my eyes.
With your eyes. Okay, so what is, I mean, obviously first things first, we gotta investigate, well, actually, I'm curious about this. Like, obviously this is something, but then there's also just, what is this? It looks like a load of white powder has been scattered around the desk. About this white powder, has it been here since the incident?
That's right, it was just like this when I entered the room on the morning following the incident. I have left it this way ever since. I guess someone must have dropped their container full of some medicine. Please try not to walk in it, you may leave footprints. Now that you said it, all I want to do is leave little footprints all over the place. It'll be like, Maya was here.
Okay, cool. Oh. There's a hint coin there. You know what? I'm just not gonna bother getting hint coins at this point. Oh, this door takes me somewhere. Hey you, got any sage advice for us? What's the matter, Mr. Gray Earl?
Oh, it's that pendant. I must say, I find it fascinating. Oh, you mean this whole thing? It's called a Magatama. Magatama? Yep. You could say it's kind of like my source of power.
Oh no, Maya, what are you doing? In a world where witches are burned alive, you do not want to be talking about your source of power.
I understand. Stones are often charged with energy, after all. The pendant you're wearing is pretty neat too. It's such a mysterious color. Oh, this? It's an amethyst. Master Belduke asked me to wear it.
An amethyst?
The amethyst brings about good vibrations in an alchemy sense.
Mr. Gray Earl?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just remembering Master Belduke. He gave me this stone, and he said to me as his assisting alchemist. But now, Master, such is the order of the natural world.
Seems like Gray Earl really misses him. He must have really respected Sir Belduke. Okay. I mean, we already know about this. Is it just a bunch of hint coins? I see this hint coin there, and hint coin here. Okay, let's just go into the other room. Let's see what's in here. Oh, we just went back. Oh, lovely. And this will take me back to the study, I assume. Okay. Maybe we do have to examine this down here.
Well, that's Magic Circle. It's even drawn in the circle. Looks magical.
Great, that didn't get me anywhere. This maybe? A curiously shaped implant, no idea what it was used for. What are we missing? The painting? Or the wall? Okay, I guess the wall.
Hey, that's a pretty little picture over there. We can use a picture like this back at the office, don't you think? We can hang it right next to Charlie. What is it, Nick?
The wall behind his picture frame.
The wall? Oh, that! It seems like there's some kind of green mark on the wall just by the painting.
I wonder if there's something hidden behind the painting.
Hey, Nick, look at this.
The wall behind the painting, it's painted green.
Is there a problem?
No problem. This could be some kind of clue. Wall behind the painting added to the items. Okay. My UI's been taken away from me. Oh, here we go. Well, I think we just about investigated everything we can for now.
But we didn't find any leads on the Great Witch.
Oh, Mr. Gray Earl?
Yes, what is it?
Is there anywhere else you can think of where we might find more clues?
Let me see. Well, there is a cellar end of the study. That's where the master kept his research materials. A cellar end of this room? Yes, there's a trapdoor in the floor leading down to the cellar.
A room containing Belduke's research materials. If you don't mind, I'd like to have a quick look around that room.
I see. Very well. If you'll please just wait a moment.
Waiting a moment. Hey, look, a trapdoor.
That ladder leads down into the cellar, but be careful, it's rather dark down there.
It looks like it might be a little cramped down there, too.
That's true. Perhaps it's a little bit small for the both of you at once. Okay, Nick. Seems more like your kind of thing anyway.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I guess you're just more suited to small, dark, damp places.
I'm not a rat, you know.
Come on, you know that's not what I mean. I'll just stay up here and snoop around for some more clues.
It's not snooping, Maya. It's investigating. Anyway, you do that. I'll be right back.
Yay! Way to go, Nick! Well, I should return to my room. Please give me a call as soon as you have both finished.
Okay, got it. I mean, technically speaking, isn't it more practical to send Maya down there since she's shorter, so she won't take up as much space down there as Phoenix would? Oh, well, actually, wait, hold on. No, they could both easily fit down here. Hold on a minute. They could both. I thought it was gonna be like a 1-by-1 room, but no, they could easily both fit down here. Hold on. Doesn't look like it's been used much. The air is so musty and stale. Anyway, better hurry up and take a look around. All right. Well, first thing first, you got a well in the basement, apparently. That's lovely. Well, if this isn't a well, it's still in use, too. I'm guessing you need quite a bit of clean water for alchemy. Come to think of it, I haven't noticed any plumbing here in Labyrinthia. Okay, there's also this thing. Looks like a sculpture of a goat, I think. Something that gives me the creeps. Wait a second, this is completely made out of gold. Could this be the result of alchemy? I guess in this town anything's possible. If Maya were here, she'd break her back trying to take that goat away with her. That's strange. Almost everything in this room is covered in a layer of dust. Everything except for that goat, that is. Seems to have been kept in pristine condition. Okay, and then I'm sure there's something on the desk that we gotta check. Looks like Sir Belduke studied alchemy here too. I don't see anything medicine-like, but there sure is a lot of equipment. This desk is pretty messy, not a speck of dust though. I guess Gray Earl must be keeping it clean. There's a wooden box by the desk, filled with all kinds of junk. A doll's peeping out of the box. I wonder if it was left by a little girl who was one of the doctor's patients. Well, looks like I've pretty much seen all there is to see down here. The room doesn't seem to have been used much, and there's nothing I can see that might provide a lead. If I stay here any longer, I might just end up covered in dust myself. Not to mention, standing here sighing is kind of clogging up my lungs. Maybe it's time I head back upstairs. I should probably see how Maya's doing. I mean, she's not like she's in a different part of town. She's just like 3 feet above you. Oh? This is the alchemist's house. We have to hurry.
Professor! Wait for me!
Somehow the horses got them here in one piece.
Miss Fay.
Hi, Professor. What's up? You look flushed.
Where's Mr. Wright? Have you seen him?
Oh, Nick. He's just down in the basement doing some investigating. He should be back up soon. So how did it go? Did you get to see the storyteller?
Please, get Mr. Wright immediately. It's safer if we're all together in one place. I'll explain later. Just hurry.
Huh?
As things stand, Mr. Wright is in serious danger.
Nick's in danger? What do you mean?
I have reason to believe that a witch will appear here soon.
Huh?
Oh?
All is as written in the story.
Do you happen to be the Great Witch Bezella?
Concern yourselves not with who I am, but rather with what you will now become.
Okay, this is an abrupt cut.
Oh, dearie me. What's the matter, child? You look positively flustered. Someone who is no longer resident here. You'll need to go elsewhere for your medicaments.
I know that. Let me through. It's a matter of life and death.
Life and death, you say? If so, then I may foresee a hit ballad. Raise up your hearts and sleep with Birdly. My bird is Cracker, first, second, and thirdly.
Ah, this must be that rival Mr. Barley was talking about. Anyway, I'm in a hurry.
Oh, dearie me.
Wait, what's that guy doing here from the... What? Yes! Yes! No more Layton! Yes! Yes! We win! I see this as an absolute win. I see this as an absolute win. This is what we call a victory. I call this victory. This is a win for society.
It wasn't me.
I win. This is what we call a win.
What the?
You know what? I say, round of applause. We done diddly did it. Yes! Now Layton can't be condescending to us in the trial. No more Layton. Yes!
Professor, the words the storyteller wrote really did come true. And in the worst possible way. A man from afar falls to a golden curse. At first, I thought he was referring to Mr. Wright. But I got it all wrong. It was about the professor.
Honestly, I had the joke ready in my head, like, if we have to pick one, that's fine. No, I'm fine. This is no cliffhanger. I'm fine with this. The game could end right here, and I'd be happy. That'd be great. That'd be fine. That'd be fine by me. I had the joke ready in my head. It was gonna be like, if we have to pick one person from the main cast that we gotta get rid of, can it be Layton? And then, lo and behold, the game granted my wish before I even could say it. Yes! No more Layton. Say it with me now. No more Layton. No more Layton. Yes! I don't care if it's only for one trial period or whatever. Just anything. Any period of relief from having to deal with Layton and his bullshit condescension. And his, oh wow, you two are so incompetent, you can't do anything without me. Yeah, well, we'll show you, Layton. We'll win the case entirely without you. Frickin' Layton. Professor Layton was turned into a gold statue through witchcraft in the alchemist's residence. How can this be? I don't really care. Okay. Oh, wow. Well, that was certainly a fun ride. Alright, that'll be it for now. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for next time to catch you all tomorrow for some more Professor Layton vs. Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Goodbye.